What's up, man? I want to talk about this Mikey Garcia versus Errol Spence fight. This is going to be a tough fight for Errol Spence. It's going to be a tough fight for both of them, but I hope that Errol Spence did not underestimate Mikey Garcia because if he did, it's too late now. Because I hope he don't make the same mistake that Deontay Wilder did by listening to social media and the YouTube boxing channels and saying that he had to destroy Tyson Fury in 4 rounds or 3 rounds or knock him out early. And Wilder said he had that on his mind and he threw away his game plan and went in there and tried to knock out Fury. So you see, the one thing about a technical boxer, you can't come in there thinking one punch you trying to knock him out, because the boxer will do very well versus you if you come in there with that mindset. That means you will not be using your jab like you're supposed to. You will not try to work for the knockout. You will just try to look for the knockout. And against Mikey Garcia, Spence cannot try to come in there and look for the knockout. It's a lot of people saying that he gonna walk through Mikey Garcia. I keep telling y'all, he's not going to walk through that man. Mikey Garcia will be ready. Errol Spence better be ready, because this is going to be a really good fight. I see this fight going all 12, very competitive. I'm going to take Mikey Garcia on the upset. It won't be a big upset to me. The only upset it'll be is Mikey Garcia moving up 2 weight classes, because yes, Spence is a good fighter, but Spence is not. He's still not there yet. You know what I'm saying? He only has one really good opponent on his resume, and that's Kell Brook. You know what I'm saying? And I seen the fight. Yes, he did stop Kell Brook. It was a great win. He went to another man's country, another man's backyard, literally, and it was a really great competitive fight. Kell Brook was outboxing that man in the center of the ring, and it wasn't even close. Kell Brook. What happened with Kell Brook is Earl Spence just fought harder, and Kell Brook did not make no adjustments. Everybody say, well, Earl Spence made an adjustment. No, Earl Spence didn't make an adjustment. All he did was fight harder. He fought harder than Kell Brook, and Kell Brook did not make no adjustments. And, he broke Kell Brook down, was able to, fracture his other eye, and ended up stopping Kell Brook. But before then, I had Kell Brook up 4-2 before the stoppage. I had Kell Brook winning the fight. You know what I'm saying? Before he started breaking them down, like round I think it was like round 7, like round 8, somewhere up in there. But Mikey Garcia, to me, is even a better technical fighter than Kell Brook. And Mikey Garcia, and Earl Spence was the best opponent that Kell Brook had fought up until that point, which Earl Spence would be the best fighter that Mikey has fought, but not by a lot though, because Robert Easter was a good fighter. Adrian Broner is a good opponent to fight, despite his mishaps. Mikey Garcia has fought other fighters at the lower weight classes, so to me, yes, he has the experience edge on Earl Spence. Now, people talk about Earl Spence, you know, um, amateur pedigree, amateur, status. Mikey Garcia got just as good amateur status. Earl Spence went to the Olympics twice. He didn't medal in either one. I mean, yes, it was a nice feat that he was able to get on the U.S. Boxing team, but he didn't bronze, he didn't silver, he didn't gold, he didn't win gold in either Olympics. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not gonna say that your amateur career is a failure because you didn't win a gold. I'm just saying that people talk about him like an amateur, like he was like a Sugar Ray Leonard or Oscar De La Hoya, or up there with those guys in the amateurs. He wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? He was a good amateur. He wasn't a great amateur. So, with that being said, I just think Mikey Garcia will keep this fight largely in the center of the ring. Now, as of what Mikey Garcia is seeing, I see a couple things. I see more than a couple things that Mikey Garcia can take advantage of. First of all, I know people don't like to hear this, but you're gonna hear it. Errol Spence don't move his head. His no matter what he moves, his head is in a straight line. And when you fighting a guy that, especially as a counter puncher, as Mikey Garcia is, and a guy that has really good timing. See, Mikey Garcia, his hands are not, they don't look that fast, but the fact that he can time you will make him will make his hands look faster than what they really are, because he can time you. He can time you very well. He can counter punch. He can lead punch. He's one of the rare counter punchers that will actually lead in the fight as well. So if Errol Spence don't bag Mikey Garcia up, it's gonna be a long night. And I believe Mikey Garcia will try to bag Errol Spence up, because that's one thing you do against a power puncher. You bag a power puncher up, because if you let a power puncher walk you down, that they get giving them all that confidence and all that room to, just wail on you, it's gonna be a long night for you. But if you push that counter puncher back, and if you fight on the inside, I don't think Earl Spence's inside game is that well, except when he got you on the ropes. And Mikey Garcia pointed that out. He said he got a good left hook to the body, which he does. He has an exceptional body attack. But what you do with a body attack, a guy that can they like to throw a lot of body punches, you counter them up top. See, this is why a lot of fighters don't throw a lot of body shots. They would throw one here and there. Earl Spence, like over half of his attack as far as breaking you down is his body shots. And if Mikey Garcia can counter Errol Spence early, when Errol Spence try to go to his body, it will make Errol Spence think about going to the body as much. And if Mikey Garcia can have Errol Spence thinking about going to his body and not really going to his body because he's worried about getting countered up top, because one thing about, you don't want to change a body shot for a face shot. You know what I'm saying? Because yes, you can hit the liver, but you can throw a lot of body punches and still don't hit the liver. Because yes, I seen when Errol Spence hit Ocampos with a liver shot and he went down, but he hit other fighters with a lot of body shots before they even went down. He hit Kell Brook with a lot of body shots before he broke Kell Brook down. Kell Brook did not counter him as much up top. Kell Brook did counter him some up top when he was in the center of the ring. He was having a lot of success countering Errol Spence when Errol Spence was going to his body. And I believe that's another thing that Mikey Garcia sees. He sees that I can counter this man when he goes to my body, because just about all the time when you go to somebody's body, your face is open. One side of your face is open. I don't care if you got your hand up on the other side. Whatever hand you use, that's the side that's going to be open. Mikey Garcia is a counter puncher, and that's another thing that he sees. That's number 2. Number 3, he sees that if I can see it, I know Mikey Garcia can see it. That Errol Spence, he does most of his work when you was up on the ropes. He's not really that good in the center of the ring. When the fight is fought in the center of the ring and you're boxing, Errol Spence cannot outbox Mikey Garcia. I'm sorry, y'all. Errol Spence will not be able to outbox Mikey Garcia. Errol Spence has to win this fight by being the bigger man, and being physical, but Errol Spence is not a physical fighter. He's not a Sean Porter. See, a Sean Porter is going to go in there and use his weight against you. Sean Porter going to lean on you. He's going to hold you countless of times when he get in. He's going to hold your arm, hit you with the other arm. He's going to use his head. He's going to hit you in the back, in the hip. Errol Spence is a finesse fighter. He's a big welterweight, but he's a finesse fighter. He's not a guy that's going to go in there and just use his size. You know what I'm saying? Just because he goes to the body don't make him a physical fighter. Now, he's physical in that aspect because he does go to the body and he can break you down. And one thing, a bigger man, when you fight a little guy, that's what Errol Spence has to do. He has to get to Mikey Garcia's body, because when a bigger guy fighting a smaller guy, the best thing the bigger guy can do is go to the little man's body and break him down, and hopefully, sixth, seventh, eighth round, 5, 6, 7, 8th round, the little guy, has you have taken a lot of steam out of him. But like I said, Mikey Garcia's biggest weapon is being able to counter Errol Spence, and I think people are gonna be surprised by by Mikey Garcia power. I believe Mikey Garcia power will carry. I truly believe if Errol Spence go in here and I'm about to try to just walk this guy down, that may be a mistake. You know what I'm saying? I think the fight is gonna be like this. I think they're gonna be boxing at first. I think Mikey Garcia is gonna be either winning, you know what I'm saying, or they're going to be kind of like evenly matched, but Errol Spence is not going to be happy with what's going on. He's not going to be happy or be comfortable with that, man, I can't outbox this guy. And then I think Errol Spence is going to start to try to move forward on him. Mikey Garcia knows this. He knows he's prepared for 2 different type of Spence. Like, if he box with me, great, because I'm outboxing, man. But if he try to walk me down, then I'm just going to pick my shots. Because one thing about a guy walking you down, you got all type of, and with Mikey Garcia, he throws uppercuts, he throws hooks, he throws, you know what I'm saying, he throws jabs, he got a nice right hand, he got an array of punches. And when a guy walking you down, you just picking the punches that you want to pick. Now, he would not just let Spence just walk him down and walk him to the ropes. He gonna turn Spence. You know what I'm saying? He feel like he's too close to the ropes, he gonna turn him. That's what I was expecting Kell Brook to do. I was expecting Kell Brook, when he got his body up against the ropes, he would turn Spence. Turn, you know what I'm saying, and try to turn Spence, or, just clinch him. I believe Mikey Garcia's plan is, if he's ever on the ropes, he's gonna clinch Errol Spence. He's gonna clinch him. You know what I'm saying? Make the referee break them up. And you know how to, when the referee break you up, they kind of bring you a little bit to the center, and then Errol Spence will have to start over again. Now, in the foot department, neither one of them are exceptional on the feet, but I believe Mikey Garcia is a little bit better, because Errol Spence is a power puncher. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to get you out of there. He let you know that it's that is man down. So one thing about a power puncher, what people don't know, if you don't know a lot of technical aspects about boxing, your feet are supplanted more in the canvas, like you're flat-footed, because you're trying to get the power. When you're on your toes, you're boxing. When you're on the ball of your feet, that's when you're boxing. You're not gonna get a whole. You'll get some power, but you won't get as much as you'll get if you plant your feet in the ground. And Errol Spence, I had to look at his feet a little bit more, but he's a flat-footed fighter. Errol Spence he's a flat-footed fighter. I believe a lot of it's by choice, but then it's just the way it's just the style of his fighting. You know what I'm saying? He likes to place his feet down, heels down, and just throw power shots. And one thing about a boxer, they can see your feet. They can see if you're on the ball of your feet. Okay, you're boxing. As soon as you sit down on your feet, you finna throw a power punch. So if Errol Spence is sitting down on his feet at all times, either he's throwing a power jab, or he's throwing some power shots to the body, or right hand. And Mikey Garcia can see this. You know what I'm saying? What the viewer is looking at, we're looking from the waist up. Boxers look at from the waist down. They look at from the waist all the way down to your feet. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Mikey Garcia is going to be looking at. And yes, it's holes in everybody's game. It's just, can you get into the ring and take advantage of somebody's weakness? Mikey Garcia has now, like I said this before, Mikey Garcia will have to limit the amount of damage he takes round after round after round. If Mikey Garcia gets to like the 5th and 6th rounds and he hasn't taken a lot of damage, boy, this is going to be a long night for Errol Spence, man. I'm telling y'all, because Errol Spence is going to be feeling the pressure of getting this man up out of there. Because if Mikey Garcia lasts 12 rounds, and at the end of the scorecards, it's a split decision, and Mikey Garcia gets a scorecard and one scorecard is you know what I'm saying, close, but Spence get that scorecard and Spence get another scorecard, you gonna have Mikey Garcia people saying that he won the fight, and that's the worst thing that can happen to Errol Spence, is that this fight is so close that it's an argument about who won the fight. I don't believe in the so-called boogeyman. Now, Earl Spence has, he has taken that mantra. You know what I'm saying? When he was in front of Crawford, he said, "I am the boogeyman." So he has, he listening to people. He listening to social media. He listening to what people say on YouTube. So he's taking that mantra that he's the boogeyman. Okay, if he's the boogeyman like y'all say he is, Mikey Garcia said he wanted to fight Earl Spence. Everybody like, oh no, man, he's clout chasing and all this stupid stuff y'all be saying. Oh, he's clout chasing. He don't really want to fight Earl Spence. He wants to fight Errol Spence. I knew when he said it. He said, what, a year and a half ago that he wanted to fight Keith Thurman. I knew he was telling the truth then. Mikey Garcia don't look like a guy that's just going to say anything like a lot of fighters say. Oh, I want to fight you. And then when the time to get a contract signed or a time to fight, or you see a person face to face, it's something different. What's up, man? What's up? So when Mikey Garcia said he wanted to fight Errol Spence, I knew he was telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? And once he said he wanted to fight Errol Spence, people say, "Oh, he's not gonna fight him for real. He's just clout chasing. He's gonna find some way to pull out the fight." Okay, he didn't find no way to pull out the fight. The fight is gonna happen on Saturday. He ain't find no way to pull out the fight. To me, it has a lot to do with people on YouTube that has not been in a competitive situation, or I don't know. I don't know how some people look at it and see things. Like some people look at it like if it's maybe in their real life they won't fight somebody bigger than them. Maybe they feel like I can't beat a bigger guy. You know what I'm saying? So but that doesn't mean that other people feel that way, because Mikey Garcia don't look. One thing about boxing, yes, now it is a weight limit that you can go to if you don't have the skills to fight at that weight. Yes, it is and then even with your skills, it is a weight limit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mikey Garcia, he not finna beat nobody at. I mean, if he beat Errol Spence at 147, I'm not saying he can't beat anybody at 154, but he probably can't beat anybody at 175. We're gonna start going up to 175, 168, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But 135 and 147, 140 and 147 have a long history of guys fighting each other. And the guys that's coming up beating welterweights. I mean, we have seen Shane Mosley do it. We seen Roberto Duran. We seen Shane Mosley do it versus De La Hoya. We seen Pacquiao do it versus De La Hoya. We seen Roberto Duran do it against Ray Leonard. You know what I'm saying? We seen Roberto Duran when he started off his career at what? I think 130. He went all the way up to middleweight and fought Marvin Hagler. It was a really good fight. Go look at it on YouTube. It was a really good competitive fight. Go look at that fight. I mean, I know Mikey Garcia is not Roberto Duran, and Errol Spence is not Hagler either. But if you go look at that fight, and if you see how Roberto Duran was using his boxing skills to keep, and Hagler was a left-hander just like Errol Spence, and y'all know Errol Spence left-handed. You know Mikey Garcia right hand lines up real good with a left-hander. Y'all know that too, right? But anyway, that's another thing. But he was able to use his boxing skills versus Hagler and to throw Hagler off. And Hagler was a good boxer. Hagler was a better boxer than Errol Spence. It's not even close. Hagler was a good boxer, but Roberto Duran was holding his own up in there, and his power carried up too. That's why I said if Mikey, which I believe Mikey Garcia power will carry up, then this is a 50-50 fight, ladies and gentlemen. Despite what you want to think about somebody's the boogeyman, Mikey has the skills. The question really is, can Earl get Mikey with a clean, strong? Well, it's not. See, a lot of people, this is another misconception. Errol Spence is not a one-shot power guy. Now, if you saying in the sense that Mikey Garcia is moving up, can Mikey Garcia take his punch? I believe Mikey Garcia can take his punch. Errol Spence is not a one punch. He's not gonna hit you with one punch and you're gonna be devastated. He's a accumulation puncher. That's what Errol Spence is. Otherwise, fight is going too distance. Yeah. Yeah, Earl Spence is a accumulation puncher. He's not a power puncher, and that's why I said that as long as Mikey Garcia can limit. Have y'all ever? I mean, I know y'all. Everybody played Fight Night, and you look at the Fight Night game, and you got your boxer, and you fighting, and you out round after round. They show your body damage, and it goes from green to yellow to orange to red. If Mikey Garcia can keep his body from going, I mean, if he can keep his body at let's just say uh I think it go from green, orange, yellow, red. If he can keep his body in that second stage, like that orange stage, and is in this round 7, 8, 9, then the fight is on the table. The fight is going to be on the table because the longer Mikey Garcia lasts in the fight, round after round, he's going to start seeing Errol Spence habits. He's going to start seeing. Now, it's one thing to talk about Errol Spence habits. It's another thing to see it in the ring. Mikey Garcia being a technician. This is what technicians do. This is what people like Floyd, Crawford, Mikey Garcia, Lomachenko. The longer you are in the ring, round after round, they are going to start getting closer and closer and closer to dominating you to dominating around because they will be able to see what you do. And it's not like Errol Spence got an array of punches. Errol Spence doesn't have an array of punches. He doesn't use a lot of different combination of punching. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't use that. Like Mikey Garcia, I see him use a lot of punches and devastate people with a lot of punches, uppercuts, hooks, straight right hands. I seen Crawford do the same thing, Mayweather do the same. Those guys got an array of punches to which they use in the ring. So they keep you off balance, so you don't really know what they're gonna do. Errol Spence, his patterns, I seen a lot of his fights. His patterns of punches are like the same. You know what I'm saying? I got on the phone, with my guy Zone one day, and I said, man, and this is like the third time I seen Errol Spence, and I was like, he got the same pattern of punches. He like really doesn't, and for him to have the same pattern of punches, and he don't have like one punch knockout, devastating knockout punch like a Tito Trinidad. Like Tito Trinidad was a power puncher. That's what you call a power puncher. See, people don't, some people probably don't know Tito Trinidad. Some of y'all are new to boxing. Y'all better go look at Tito Trinidad. Y'all better go go Google, go YouTube Tito Trinidad. Just YouTube his whole career and just look at all his fights. Tito Trinidad was a power puncher to the head and the body. So, like I said, Mikey Garcia, the longer the fight goes, the more anxious the Errol Spence going to get. This fight start getting to like round 5, round 6, Errol Spence going to be looking around like, why is this dude still around? I'm telling y'all, that's the mental aspect. The mental aspect is I'm bigger than this dude. Everybody say I'm the boogeyman. I think I'm the boogeyman. I'm supposed to destroy this dude. I'm supposed to walk through this dude. He even said in the face to face that he may get rid of Mikey Garcia in the first round. That's what he said. He said, "Shoot, this I'm looking in my mind that I can get this fight over in the first round." I'm telling y'all. So you don't think if Mikey Garcia is still in front of him and he don't have a lot of damage on Mikey Garcia's round 5, round 6, that's not gonna be playing in his head? Mikey Garcia knows all this stuff, but it's gonna be a tough fight for Mikey mentally more than physically because Mikey Garcia knows that he can't make a whole lot of mistakes. I mean, he can make some mistakes. It ain't like, what I'm saying, he can make some mistakes, but he can't make a whole lot of mistakes because he is a smaller guy. So, and that's another thing. When you a technician, see, that's why Mikey Garcia said he wanted to fight this fight because he want all his senses to be heightened. So he said if he fought a lesser opponent, he wouldn't have been as excited. Now, his excitement comes from the fact that he's going to be on his P's and Q's. You're going to see the best mentally focused Mikey because he's going to have to be mentally focused to win this fight. He understands that. He's going to have to be more mentally focused in this fight than any fight in his career. And he believes by fighting this fight, he can get to that mental focus he needs to win the fight. I mean, we'll see, man. I think it's going to be a great fight. I know some people looking at the fight and think it's going to be a short night for Errol Spence, but I don't think so. And if it's a close fight, let's just say if it's a close fight and Spence win a close fight, it's a lot of people that's going to be trying to jump off the Spence bandwagon or say, oh, Spence is not that good. No, he's good, but he's not as good as what y'all think he is. That's the point. That's the problem. That's the only problem, because you cannot say that Errol Spence is all world, this is all world, and he only beat one guy, one credible guy. You know what I'm saying? I did pick Brook to beat Spence. You know what I'm saying? I thought I thought Brook was, over the. I thought he had the technical ability, which he does have some technical ability to beat Errol Spence. It didn't come to fruition, but that was only one fight. You can't be made off. I'm 42 years old. I've been looking at a lot of fights, a lot of boxing. You can't be made off of one. I mean, you could be made off of one fight, but you can't say a fighter is a great fighter off of one fight. You just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't say, oh, he's a great fighter because he beat Kell Brook, but then you gotta look at who did Kell Brook beat. Kell Brook beat Sean Porter. It was a close fight, but he beat Sean Porter. I said that he beat Sean Porter. I picked him to beat Sean Porter. It was a nice competitive fight, but to me, Sean Porter is not an A fighter. To me, Sean Porter is probably like a B, a solid B fighter. You could say B plus, but Sean Porter is not. He's not an A fighter in my book, in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, A fighters can struggle against fighters, but what I'm saying, that fight that he had against Ugas, I thought Ugas won. It was a close fight. I thought Ugas won. It wasn't a robbery. Ugas did not get robbed. Like a lot of people say he got robbed. No, man, he didn't get robbed. It was a close. People that admit that it was a close fight. If you admit that it was a close fight, how in the world a man get robbed? I don't understand that. Some people be talking out both sides of their mouth. I heard a lot of people videos say, "Oh man, it was a close fight. Man, Ugas got robbed." How in the world did he get robbed in a close fight? And he wasn't even the champion. The champion was Sean Porter. It was a lot of rounds, a lot of early rounds that I thought Ugas gave away by not doing anything. Sean Porter wasn't doing much, but he's the champion though. You know what I'm saying? Sean Porter, you have to go get it, man. You have to go get it from the champion. You can't just sit back and just if you as a fighter think after a fight that you did enough to win, you didn't win. If you think you did, like, man, I did enough to win. No, you didn't win. Especially if you're not a champion. No, you didn't win. You have to know in your mind when that bell rings in the 12th round that you won the fight hands down. It's not about I did enough to win. No, I know I won the fight. When you hear a fighter say, I did enough to win, they didn't win the fight. They know they ain't win the fight. But like I said, man, it's going to be a good fight. I think people need to damper down their expectation of Errol Spence walking through this man. Now, anybody can get caught. Now, any one of these fighters can get caught. You know what I'm saying? In the first round, you get caught cold, just like when Danny Jacobs caught Peter Quillen. People get caught. But other than that,